All right, so that's Manchester United's head coach Ruben Amorim, a young man, under so much pressure, Charlie, but you'll be fine. So let's talk about, should I say Coach Christopher Nimley's favorite coach?
But whoever is Manchester United coach is Coach Nimley's favorite coach.
Whoa, so, I mean, United season, I don't even know. I don't know what's in there for them to be playing.
Yeah, I like it.
Because it's now what? I think 13 points off the red zone, right? Or 17 points.
The relegation is not happening.
No, I'm not saying they'll go on relegation, but I just want to know. I think it's 13.
Amorim has been very poor. I think he's lost what? Of his first, was it 14, 15 games? He's lost like 8?
Yeah.
Yes. That's not good enough.
Yeah. I saw the stats about Everton's David Moyes, who has actually had a lot of wins than Amorim.
I think so. Did Everton win midweek?
No, they drew.
Who did they play?
Everton. I'll have to check.
I think it was against Brentford.
Yes, 1-1.
Yes. So I think with Amorim winning, Amorim is still ahead.
Yeah.
But Moyes has played like half the games, and there's like a 2 points, 4 point difference. Look, my favorite part of Manchester United season has actually been Kimpaluta, to be honest, because there's been really nothing positive.
You mean they are picking?
Oh yeah.
So
I mean, there's been nothing positive. Look. I think Amorim this season has been a disaster. Let's not sugarcoat it. Because you come into a job, you are 4 points off top 4. We can even go on the Panorama show that he was appointed. What was the thing? Oh, he can consolidate and challenge for top 4. The title is out of. That's what was being said.
Yeah, because at the time, I think United were about.
That's what I'm saying. 4 points off top 4.
They were 10th or so. I remember.
No, they were 4 points off top 4.
Yeah.
Look at where they are in the top 4 is now. Look at the gap.
They were like 8 or 7.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They were 4 points off top 4. Now they are what?
14th.
They are 14. I think they are 14 or 15 points off top 4. So if they had even maintained Ten Hag, they probably would have done better. I think, to be fair to Amorim, to be fair to him, the problem was not sacking Ten Hag in the summer. Ten Hag should have been sacked despite the FA Cup. I think the FA Cup bought him a lot of goodwill and grace, which, if you are being honest, and if you watch them in the league, it shouldn't have bought them. They should have sacked him anyway, because they did it to Van Gaal. Thank you for your time. It's time to go. You sack Ten Hag, you bring in Amorim, he has a preseason, and he buys players for himself, because you let Ten Hag also buy more players to come and play his style of football. Then you sack him.
Bring in Amorim to come and work with Ten Hag.
As players. And if you go and even look at the squad, I'll say 70% were either signed by Ten Hag or made their debuts under Ten Hag. That's how much influence Ten Hag has had over their squad. So for Amorim to come in and try and overhaul their style, the players are not suitable. And this is where I will blame Amorim. I can understand you are trying to implement your style, you have to teach the players, blah, blah, blah. But he's been stubborn to the point of foolishness. Because the results are just not good enough. I can understand, okay, you're a manager, this is your style. But as a manager, where's the adaptability? Where's the pragmatism? Where's the drive that, okay, I want to get some decent results to salvage this season? Because if they were still in the hunt for Europe, right? It's a better season, because you are talking about Man U not having money. You are talking about buying players for next season. Do these players want to come and not play in Europe next season? Okay. Some players might be thinking, I want to play in the Champions League. Imagine if you have, let me give an example of maybe Inter Milan, Champions League club.
Consider y'all can have
Champions League club are looking at you, and Manchester United, who you are not even sure what will happen next season, are looking at you. Even though Manchester United will offer better wages for sure, you are now having second thoughts about joining Manchester United because there's a chance to play in the Champions League. So I think Amorim has not helped himself, because going forward, you've limited the pool of players you can sign. So that's where I will blame Amorim. I think he has to hold some of the blame, because I don't think he's done what's best for the team. He's done what's best for himself. And that's not necessarily the same thing. Okay. It might help them in the long term, which is valid. We don't know what the future holds. But in the short to medium term, he might have hurt himself more than he's helped himself. So I think the owners have to take about 60 to 70% of the blame. Amorim will take like 10, 15%, and the rest is on the players. I think the players have also not been good enough in a lot of ways.
Yeah, there isn't much time, but just quick thoughts on what you expect from United with the rest of the games going forward. Just quick one.
I think they are just going to be tiptoeing along the way and try as much as possible to get enough wins to potentially make it to the top 8. I think that will be the target for the season.
You think they can make the top 8?
Yeah, I mean, the gap is not that big.
Is it potentially?
Yeah,
so
potentially. The gap is not that big.
there's potentially.
Could the producer tell us how many points there is? You just
we end up winning, maybe go on a 3-game winning streak, and you just end up in 10th, 9th place. So I don't think that isn't realistic.
And that is dependent on how well or how bad the teams ahead of United.
I don't think United are going to finish higher than 12th.
But at the end of the day, if he can, I think he should do what. I think he's learning and he's trying to do what Ten Hag did, but at the same time do what Ten Hag did, not do what Ten Hag did. As in, Ten Hag changed his style to do the pragmatic style that Susu was talking about, and he kind of lost his way. And it was one of the reasons why they let him go. That okay, where's the identity? But at the end, now he's insisting that this is my system 3-4-3. So that is his style of handling things. But doing the Ten Hag style, as in winning a trophy, to more or less end being the good graces of the fans and the people in charge. And so for me, I think that's what he's trying to do. That's per what I see. That's what he's trying to do. Try as possible to be pragmatic in the cup games, the FA Cup and the Europa League, and potentially end or win a title there. But at the same time, not lose your identity and
because
do
he has
what
the league to deal with.
And do what Ten Hag did by being pragmatic and losing his identity, losing the locker room in the process, and it contributing to his sack. So for me, that's how I see.
I just want to say, I feel like Amorim is doing what we've criticized Company for, we've criticized Russell Martin for, we've criticized all these managers for. He's doing it, but because the players are better, he's getting away with it. That's really what it is.
Okay.